Jace Denman for Flag Family Media. I'm with MSUM Dragon women's forward, Maya Metcalf. Maya, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How has the transition gone for you when it comes to going from West Fargo Cheyenne to the MSUM Dragons?
It's been good. It's definitely a transition, like going from high school to college basketball. Everyone's stronger than you, faster than you. Practices are more intense, but I think I've adjusted pretty well, especially lately. So
yeah, well, when we've seen you on the court, obviously we saw you play at Cheyenne, and you were always one of the more athletic players out there. And then obviously now it's a different scenario. You've got a lot of players that were just like you in high school. They were athletic. They were able to get up and down the court. So do you have to find yourself like finding a new way to be effective out there, or is it just kind of realizing that as you get used to the speed, as you used to get to the strength of the other players, you can just kind of play your game that you've been playing?
yeah, I think I've tried to translate like my high school game to college. Obviously, you have to change some things, like just like your speed and not really like the style, because I think that's like kind of what coach recruits for, is like how you play. Like she likes your style. So I haven't really changed that much, but just fitting in with the rest of the people on the team.
You've got a lot of freshmen on this team. You're one of them. You got a couple sophomores, not many upperclassmen. So you've come in here as a true freshman. You've gotten a chance to start. Is that kind of what you expected coming to MSUM, or is that kind of a surprise once you got on campus and was like, hey, I have a chance at starting?
I wouldn't say I expected it, but I kind of hoped for it. Like me and coach kind of talked, and she said, like, if you keep working as hard as you're working, like maybe that's something that we can look at. So I'm glad that that's happened for me.
Absolutely. Well, when we were down in Wayne, Nebraska, we saw the first couple buckets of the game were three-pointers by you. We saw you knock one down last week when you were playing Sioux Falls. I noticed that was something you added to your game when you were in high school. It seemed like you're maybe sophomore, junior, you weren't doing it as much. Your senior, you definitely were. So has that been something you've really focused on, working on that three-point shot to expand that range and obviously kind of stretch out the defense a little bit more?
Yeah, for sure. I think once you move to college basketball, you kind of have to be able to score at all three levels. So that's something I definitely worked on.
Speaking of scoring at all three levels, was there a concerted effort to get to the line, because you tripled your amount of times at the line this past week?
Yeah, that definitely was something me and coach talked about.
Now, when you look at last week, you played a tough Southwest Minnesota State team, came up short there, but you got a really nice win against Sioux Falls, wire-to-wire win against those guys. This week, and you got Duluth coming in, is a very good team. Concordia St. Paul is a good team as well. Well, what kind of challenges do they present to you and the rest of your teammates?
Well, they play really hard and fast the whole game, so I think that's something that we need to work on, is just keeping our energy up the whole time. I think against Southwest, like we just kind of got down, and then once they started scoring, we just couldn't keep up with them. So we just need to work on keeping our energy up for the whole 40 minutes.
Awesome. Well, best of luck this weekend. We'll be there on Saturday to call your guys' game and cheer you on as well from the sideline. So best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right. So this is Jace Denman along with Maya Metcalf from your MSUM Dragons. We'll talk to you later.